Hi, thanks for joining me on Wilderness with the Monty. I'm up at Red Lake off the 88 up by Kirkwood to ice fish today. And when I saw the snowbank when I first got here, I was a little concerned. And then I talked to a Forest Service dude who was really cool. He alleviated my concerns, and then I saw this little path that goes, and the lake's right over there. And there's a couple spaces that are already cleared for ice fishing. So I'm bringing my shovel anyway. I've never been to this lake. I don't know how deep it is or anything like that. So I'm just gonna have to go out there, see what's up. I'm gonna clear a space. This is the only shovel I have. So I'm gonna bring this with me. I called this my river shovel because when I used to fish the Kings, if there was a rock I couldn't get to because it was deep water, I would lodge this in the boulders and leap and use it as a stand. And I also used it to help me around the river and climb around a lot. So I'm not crazy like that anymore, but I'm still a little bit crazy. So I'll just be using this to clear a path to fish. I fished Lake Davis again, closer to shore, just to let you know, on Monday for Wilderness with the Monty Patreon. And the wind came up, and it's supposed to get windy today too. And luckily I caught a 19-inch fat rainbow in the first couple hours, and that allowed me to run away from the wind. Today, I'm fishing until I catch something or it gets dark. So let's go out there and let's freeze together. This is a pretty easy haul, and I just got on top of that giant, massive snowbank, and the lake is right here. And there's a cleared spot right there. I've never been here, so I don't know how deep that is. I might try to go out to that one over there. It's a little out farther, because once I get set up, I'm not gonna wanna keep drilling holes and digging holes and stuff. And I can clear myself a little operating space out there. And it looks like whoever was fishing there may have trekked out there. So maybe they weren't catching anything there, so they went out there. Now that is some real loose deductive reasoning. So if they actually started there and then moved to there because they weren't catching anything there, the joke's gonna be on me. I think I'm going out there. So here's that first spot. That looks pretty inviting, man. I don't know if I want to go all the way out there, but I think I'm going to. I'm just gonna go scout it. Let me go look at it. I'm gonna leave my stuff there. I'm gonna run out here and go look at this really quick. I looked out there, you know what? I'm gonna drop a jig down here, and I'm gonna see how deep it is. I'm gonna put a heavy spoon on and just see how deep it is. Because if it's at least 10 feet, this will be an easy start, man. How could I pass it up? So with this heavy Castmaster that I found on the ground at some point, half of my lures I found on the ground at some point or another, or picked out of trees. It's a 12 count here. And I'm saying that's plenty deep for how cold it is. So I'm gonna post up right here and I'm gonna try. So whether it's a good decision or bad decision, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna clean this out a little bit, get set up, and I'm gonna start fishing. Man, I'm just sitting there shoveling. What a scenic area to spend the day. I don't even care if I catch anything. I mean, I want to. There's lahont and cutthroat trout in here, and I've always wanted to try one. I haven't eaten one yet. I've caught a few. So we'll see if I can do any good. But I got to get to digging. I can't do any good until I'm done digging. I want to clear this out. I want to set up my tripod. I want to try to get you guys a good clip. So got some work to do. This is pretty easy. This ice is really hard and clear, but it was thin because the holes are already done. And then this shovel's ideal for cleaning up the edges because my auger just kind of gets stuck on it. So I can chip this away really easy. This whole handle is solid. So this shovel is really heavy. I'm able to really chip that ice away around the edges and make the hole exactly what I want it with this. And it's not like that soft stuff I've been drilling through. This is ice. This isn't kind of ice. It's ice. I'm gonna start with a whole red worm on a small size 12 hook. I'm gonna drop it down about 12 feet. I gotta get it in the water because this worm's gonna freeze. It's in the 20s. I did some investigating. It's like 6 or 7 feet here. The ice and snow is really thick. Like there's ice that I'm sitting on, but the actual ice where the lake starts is down to here. So the ice is this thick just to get down to where the ice is. And I cleaned this hole up. I went out there and tried to see if I can get some deeper water, but I don't, with my auger, I don't think I got enough auger to get down there. And I went out and cleaned up a hole, and it was a lot of work just to clean up a hole that was already there. And then I hit the ice shelf this deep. So, because it's this deep, I mean, I'm fishing in like 6 or 7 feet of water. The bottom's right there. But I don't think I have any other choice. Because I went out there and started to clean up a hole and dig. And it was a lot of work and it was too much. So, I think I gotta live or die right here. I hope it's not too shallow. Fish this time of year will come into the shallows, but it's really shallow. So I put a heavier split shot on so I can know better where I am. Because with that ice shelf down there, I was dropping my jig and my jig was stopping. It was hitting that shelf inside the hole. So this isn't ideal, but it's gonna have to do. Because unless you got an auger with some kind of an extension or something, going out there and digging, you're gonna be setting up for a half an hour, man. So I'm gonna stick right here. It's gonna try to make this work. Get hits. Who's hitting it? He's there. He's fighting. He's hitting it big. He's hitting it. He's there. I don't want to jump the gun. I've got to bite all day, man. He's nibbling. Man, it's getting late. If it's gonna happen, it's gotta happen now. And it looks like he went away. He was hitting it. Just wasn't hitting it hard. I was trying to get my other line and I was over there in the sun because it's getting so cold. And he hit it a couple times. I thought I had my chance. And now he's gone. Darn it. Darn it. It's the first hit I got all day. Ah! So if you come out here, this is what you're dealing with. There's a double hole. There's a hole here, and the other hole is about 4 feet down, maybe a little bit more. And this hole here, I could faintly see the hole down below, and it's kind of out of line with this upper hole. So I tried to break the ice with my shovel, and my shovel was almost not long enough to reach it and I couldn't break through. I tried to go out there to a deeper spot because there's about 4 to 5 feet of ice and snow, and then there's only about 6 feet of water under it. So the snow and ice is almost as deep as the lake right here. I tried to go out there and there's a hole, but it looks like they couldn't get through the deeper layer. I tried to use my auger. It wasn't long enough to reach the bottom layer of ice. And then I used my shovel to try to break through it. I couldn't break through it, and it was just, I mean, I tried for a good 15 minutes to get through it. It was just no good. And I was gonna leave at 3:30, but I got that bite around 2:45, so it's almost 4:30 now, and it's cold, man. Ice, I am having to clear the ice like every 5 minutes because it's starting to ice over the holes, and I'm just not getting anything. And I doubled down on bait today because it was so hard to get the depth right with my jig, and the jig kept hooking the lower lip of the ice way down there. And when I was trying to break through that deep ice over there and the deep ice over here, it was down to here. So I'm looking at like 4.5, 5 feet, and there's ice on top. There's about a layer of snow about this thick, and then there's another layer of thick ice down there where this shovel is heavy. I was knocking into it, banging into it, and it just would not break. I couldn't break this ice. I couldn't break that ice, which it doesn't even look like they made it through. At least here, they got through those. But if you try to come out here with an auger like I got, you're not going to be able to reach the lake. I don't think. Maybe. I don't know. I think I might have to come back here after the ice is gone and after ice off and just fish from the shore and see if I can get a lahontan in here. Because I don't think it's happening this winter, man. I don't got the gear, and it's tricky. I'm having to use much bigger split shots because I was trying the lighter split shot with the longer leader like I was in the other lakes, Lake Davis and Frenchman, and my bait was getting hooked on that bottom hole. So I didn't get to see what it was going to be like trying to get the fish through 2 holes and through that middle area, but I don't know. I'm sorry I couldn't deliver a fish for you today. Man, I tried. But it is what it is. My ice fishing no skunk streak stops at 5. I ran into a wall today, man. And when that fish was biting, it was just going dink, dink, dink. And I was raising it to see if he was just sitting on it, and he just wasn't taking it. He just wasn't taking it. And it kept hitting, boom, boom, boom. And the biggest hits came, I was sitting over there in the sun because it was cold. And so I had to run over. I turned the camera on. By the time I got it, maybe the show was over. I don't know. All I know is I came up with the empty net. Thank you for joining me on Wilderness with Amani. I hope I catch some fish next time.